Nature has a funny way of disguising danger. Who would expect that this moving mustache is one of the most venomous caterpillars in North America? And this is not very smart. So, let's talk about the fascinating but dangerous little creatures called puss caterpillars, said to have gotten their name from their resemblance to a cuddly cat. They belong to the flannel moth family, Megalopygidae. This family consists of fluffy-looking moths, and they're venomous caterpillars, which are found in the United States, most commonly in the southern states, Mexico, and Central America. If it's warm, humid, and has plenty of trees, there's a good chance you'll find flannel moths, or their adorable but dangerous caterpillars lurking around. This walking mustache is covered in thick, dense, wavy hairs that make it look soft and cuddly. Hairs can range in color from brown to blonde, and underneath them, it hides a plump, rounded body, measuring about 1 to 1.5 inches or 2.5 to 4 centimeters long. This fluffy fur helps it blend into tree bark, leaves, and twigs, making it harder for predators to spot. The legs and head are tucked and not very visible, making it look like a living, crawling fur ball rather than a traditional caterpillar. But this soft fur is hiding a secret, a venomous one. They may look like miniature Furbies, but don't make the mistake of thinking they're safe to handle. Hidden beneath these fur-like hairs are venomous spines that can cause one of the most painful stings in the insect world. Spines are connected to poison sacs and filled with venom. When touched, these spines break off and inject venom into the skin. The venom is a powerful toxin that causes severe pain, often described as feeling like a hot knife stabbing you. People usually get stung by a puss caterpillar accidentally by doing some gardening and yard work, or just minding their own business sitting and resting outdoors. When it is windy, caterpillars can fall from trees. And of course, we also have our curious little ones who just love to touch everything cute and fluffy. So, it's not bad to know how to help ourselves or others. Okay, just in case you do get stung, here is some advice. Remove any hairs as quickly as possible. Wash the area with soap and water to remove any remaining venom. Applying an ice pack, followed by a paste of baking soda and water, can help reduce pain and swelling. And of course, seek medical attention if severe symptoms occur. Puss caterpillars are leaf eaters and primarily feed on the foliage of various trees and shrubs like elm, citrus, hackberry, maple, and maybe favorite olive trees. These nocturnal eaters are more active at night, making them harder to spot while they bite and chew, leaving behind leaves with ragged edges. While they are preparing for metamorphosis, during the larval stage, they will consume a lot of leaves. Once they pupate and turn into flannel moths, they stop eating entirely. Adult moths do not have working mouthparts and survive only for a few days, just long enough to find a mate, reproduce, and lay eggs before dying. They rely entirely on the energy stored from their caterpillar phase to survive their short adult lives. Life with the sole purpose of reproducing and continuing a new cycle. Okay, this is a little bit sad, but beautiful at the same time. So, puss caterpillar begins its life as tiny eggs laid by the female moth on leaves and twigs. After about a week, the eggs hatch into larvae puss caterpillars, which feed on leaves and grow over several weeks. When fully grown, the caterpillar spins a tough silk cocoon incorporating its own hairs for protection, and enters the pupal stage, where it transforms inside for weeks or even months. Cocoons are extremely tough and persist on trees long after the moth has emerged. Some persist long enough to become covered with lichens. Sometimes breaking out of this cocoon can be no joke. As the moth nears emergence, it releases special fluids that help soften the silk and dissolve some of the cocoon structure. Once a small opening is created, the moth forces its head and upper body through. The newly emerged moth has soft, crumpled wings and a swollen abdomen full of fluids. After a few hours, the wings are fully extended and dry, and the moth is ready to take flight. Finally, a fluffy southern flannel moth emerges, living only for a few days to mate and lay eggs before the cycle repeats. If a southern flannel moth lives for about 5 to 7 days, we can compare that to the average human lifespan of 75 years. If the moth lives for 7 days, which is long for them, that's closer to 70 to 105 human years. So, in human terms, each day for a flannel moth is like living an entire decade. Then it is not surprising that they have to protect their short lives, even with small poisonous spikes. They are cute, but remember, not every cute fuzzy creature is friendly. If you want to support our nature research, you can become a member of the channel. Click subscribe and join us. See you in the next one. Nature's Code.